Welcome, everyone. Today we're diving into one of the most talked about fashion moments of the year. Kim Kardashian declaring a 90s bombshell the greatest of all time after stepping out in a sizzling, vintage-inspired look that had fans buzzing all over the internet. Let's unpack exactly what happened, why Kim made this bold statement, and how her love for the 90s continues to shape modern fashion culture. Kim Kardashian's latest fashion moment. Kim Kardashian has always been a master at creating viral fashion moments, whether through bold red carpet gowns, daring street-style looks, or her habit of dipping into the archives of fashion history. Recently, she stepped out in a look that instantly caught attention, a striking vintage ensemble that gave off pure 90s glamour. Sleek, daring, and unapologetically bold, the outfit turned heads not just because of its design, but also because of the statement she made alongside it. On social media, Kim declared that a certain 90s bombshell deserves the title of GOAT, the greatest of all time. That word carries weight, especially in an era where everyone debates who truly deserves the crown in categories like fashion, music, and pop culture. But in Kim's world, where image and influence speak louder than words, her declaration was both a tribute and a way to honor the era that shaped so much of today's aesthetic. The power of the 90s in Kim's style. If you've followed Kim Kardashian's fashion evolution, you know she's not shy about her love for the 1990s. That decade was the golden age of supermodels, unforgettable runway shows, and daring designers who weren't afraid to push boundaries. The silhouettes were sharper, the fabrics bolder, and the energy of that time still feels fresh today. Kim has been channeling that energy in many of her recent outfits. From sheer corseted bodysuits to flowing slip dresses, she's constantly pulling from that nostalgic era and giving it her own modern twist. What makes her choices so fascinating is that she doesn't just wear these vintage pieces. She reintroduces them to a whole new generation. Many of her younger fans weren't even alive during the 90s, yet now they're discovering the timeless beauty of that fashion through her. Vintage couture and archival statements. One of Kim's favorite moves is pulling from archival fashion houses like Thierry Mugler, John Galliano's Dior, or even iconic Versace pieces. Recently, she stunned in a daring Mugler corset bodysuit from the late 90s, complete with sequins, thigh-highs, and a dramatic fur coat draped across her shoulders. The look was pure vintage fantasy, and when she shared it online, it became clear that her declaration of the 90s bombshell as the GOAT wasn't just casual praise. It was a statement of intent. By wearing these pieces, Kim is reminding us that fashion is cyclical. What we call new today often has roots in decades past, and the 90s remain one of the most influential decades for design. The combination of minimalism and maximalism, the rise of the supermodel era, and the daring creativity of that time continue to inspire designers today. Who was the bombshell she called the GOAT? While Kim didn't single out just one name, her nod seemed to honor the women of that era who truly defined the term bombshell. Think about iconic figures like Cindy Crawford, Naomi Campbell, Claudia Schiffer, and Pamela Anderson. These women weren't just models or celebrities, they were cultural forces. They set beauty standards, they ruled magazine covers, and they brought an unapologetic confidence that still resonates. By calling the 90s bombshell the GOAT, Kim wasn't just admiring their beauty, she was recognizing their influence. She was acknowledging that the women of that decade built the foundation for what fashion icons like herself are able to do today. In a way, it was both a compliment and a passing of the torch. Why Kim's words matter. Some might say Kim was just making a playful comment, but in the world of fashion, statements like this carry weight. When Kim Kardashian says something, it trends. When she wears a certain designer, that designer's stock skyrockets. And when she honors the past, it sparks conversations about legacy, influence, and timeless style. Her comment brought a wave of nostalgia, with fans reminiscing about the bold runway shows of the 90s, the unforgettable magazine spreads, and the cultural dominance of that era. It also reignited debates about what makes someone the greatest. Is it their style? Their cultural influence? Their impact on future generations? In Kim's case, the answer seems to be all of the above. Kim as a modern-day bombshell. While she pays tribute to the past, Kim is also solidifying her place as a modern bombshell in her own right. Just as the women of the 90s redefined beauty for their generation, Kim has done the same for ours. She has shaped global conversations about body image, brought bold fashion choices into the mainstream, and turned personal style into an empire. It's no coincidence that she connects so strongly with the 90s era. She sees herself as part of that same lineage. By blending nostalgia with modernity, she keeps the spirit of that decade alive while also carving out her own chapter in fashion history. The bigger picture. At the heart of Kim Kardashian's declaration is something bigger than just a dress or a headline. It's about celebrating legacy. It's about acknowledging the women and designers who came before while also showing the world that true style is timeless. The 90s bombshells will always be remembered as trailblazers, but thanks to stars like Kim, they're not just remembered, they're reintroduced to new audiences in a fresh, glamorous light. So, what do you think? Do you agree with Kim that the 90s bombshell deserves the title of GOAT? Or do you think today's icons are rewriting the definition of what it means to be unforgettable? That's the beauty of fashion. It's always open to interpretation, and everyone gets to have a voice in the conversation. Thank you for watching. If you enjoyed this deep dive into Kim Kardashian's latest fashion moment and her tribute to the 90s, don't forget to subscribe to the channel, hit the like button, and share your thoughts in the comments below. I'd love to hear who you think is the true GOAT of fashion history.